Okay, we're ready. All right, good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. Happy Mother's Day weekend, everyone. So leaderboards, diving in, goals for the month of May, and just talking a little bit about coaching today. But before we dive in, let's talk about victories from the last week. Who wants to share? Anybody? What are you excited about for this last week?
I wrote shit down. Like I legit have names that I'm not just keeping in a message thread. That's my positive, because usually I have no clue who I need to follow up with. So
that's good. Progress.
I did 6 days in a row of a power hour, plus other ones, plus extras. So I just showing up consistently. Is that my win?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, girl. Oh yeah, girl.
Nice work. And what do you have to show for it?
Me.
People are responding. You're having good conversations.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things.
Your team is growing.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of those things.
Yeah. And you feel good. Like you feel accomplished. You feel like not scattered and not like it's amazing what that does.
Yeah. All of that. Sorry, I'm concerned about my burning eggs.
Don't burn them.
I didn't finish my sentence.
Kelly's going to say something.
Oh, I didn't realize I wasn't muted. Sorry, that's offensive. You guys listening to Joel this whole time. I'm sorry. I signed a coach up yesterday and had one of my challengers get back on Shakeology. So, yeah, that's good. She had like the portion fix challenge pack before, so she got bod and Shakeology yesterday, and she was really excited about the promo because it's such a good deal. I've also been power houring and really trying to make my business a priority these past couple weeks, filling out my tracker every day. So that's what I got.
Yeah. Yay. Congrats, lady. Excuse me.
I've been reaching out to my guy customer leads.
Yeah.
Ooh, because I've been getting a lot of guys right now. I don't know what that is, but I'm breaking out of my comfort zone a little bit and trying to help the gentlemen do their thing. I don't want to let them into any of my groups because I feel like it's a safe space for the women to hang out. But if I get anybody to bite, it's like, shoot, if I have to set up something for the dudes, I don't know how to do that. But I'm reaching out to all the guys that I'm getting right now. Yeah.
That is tough. Like I don't typically hear back from a lot of my guy leads, but I still send them an email and I just say like, hey, I'm a person, not a robot. Like,
well, that's just it. Is one of them responded, and he's responded a few times, and he wants to know which programs to do. And I'm like, yeah, that's my job. Here you go. Check in. Let me know if you need anything. It's fair.
I mean, would it be almost worth it, especially right now, like if we do start getting more guy leads and communication, that we just pop open, even if it's just like a group where they post their workouts and can ask questions, like on like a bod group, and we just throw all our guys in there and just
Maybe.
And like call it like the weight room or something like
Dude's den.
like super basic, and like we just throw them all in there and let them do their thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have some.
Yeah.
I have
I've
some.
just been doing weekly emails because I don't know what else to do with them.
I know. I have a guy who has been like I have some that are separate police officers that, you know, like they're like Eric's friends, but I've never put them in anything. They just, you know, they all chat, and like Julie has Robbie. I mean, there's definitely, we have some guys.
Yeah.
So here's a thought. Like, what about, you know, if you have your spouse signed up, what about like reaching out to the lead and saying, hey, you know, FYI, you got me as a coach when you signed up, but my husband is also a coach. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to direct you to him. And then you just field those questions if your husband's not doing anything. Yes, I'm happy to like, but also like that's another way to build your spouse's business. Like if this is a man who is ordering Performance Line, if this is a man who is, you know, whatever, like you can always field their questions. And, you know, like if you'd feel more comfortable with a guy coach, I can switch you over to my husband's account. And
You'll never see a picture of him,
right.
but
You're just going in and logging workouts for him under bod groups. Like
I beg to differ. I will go in and put pictures of Eric in there.
but yeah, like that's, and maybe that's a conversation that you have with your spouse too. Like, hey, I'm getting all these dude customers. Like, you want to do anything for them to help me out? If you want, you don't have to, but like, that may be a conversation that like literally just, okay, maybe we could do this with guy customers. I'll probably have a conversation with Luke about that today, because he's the same way. Like, he's like, I don't need a Facebook group. Like, I don't know that I want to do anything like that. But he's also like watched several male coaches. Like there's a guy named Josh Spencer, who is like very non Beachbody-ish, but like he's still like, he's a super successful dude coach. I mean, Jamie Fitzpatrick is a super successful dude coach, but most of his clients are women. Like a lot of his coaches are women. But like this Josh Spencer guy is like building a business of male coaches and like male clients. And so and Scotty Hobbs is another good one too. But, you know, taking a look at like stuff that they're doing, Luke's watched some of the things that they're doing, and he's like, oh, I mean, I could, you know, like just open a group for guys, and if they have questions, I can just post them in there, because he gets questions from his friends all the time. Hey man, what kind of calories should I be eating? Hey, what do you do to like build more muscle? Like, you know, like things that guys don't always ask each other about because they're guys, but I don't know. Just a thought. So yeah, that's, we could maybe kind of dive into that a little bit and see what's working for each other, and then just continue to share that and share those conversations. And yeah. And who knows, like these men may be married and getting an email from a woman who's like, hey, can I help you with your fitness? They may be like, this is weird. Nope, delete. Or they may be like, ooh, can you send me a picture? No, like we don't know. But anyway, we'll try to figure that out. Cool. All right. What else? So I will share that this flash sale group has been a huge hit. And if you haven't done one yet, I strongly suggest it. Also in the comments I posted, I just updated my Google Doc, how to get started with Beachbody On Demand. I added a little bit in there about bod groups, talked a little bit about calendars, meal plans, and there's a bunch of stuff in there. So if you don't have a document like that, that's typically what I send to people right away when they sign up. It kind of walks them through how to log into Beachbody On Demand, what's available for them. There's a couple images in there. And I send that to everybody. If they're doing a 2-week trial, if they're doing a 3-month, if they're doing a 12-month, if they're doing a challenge pack, there is talk in there about like when you like challenge. I think I talked about challenge pack. Maybe I took that out. I don't know. I haven't put anything in there about supplements yet. I do talk a little bit about 2B Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix. And then there's some references in there for meal planning, resources for meal planning in there as well. I do need to put in there, I think I'm going to do that today, add in there, like if you're using Shakeology, if you're using Performance, and then if you're not, this is why I recommend it. So feel free to copy that, make your own, tweak that, add whatever. But that's just a good little something. I am also redoing like a little PDF that talks about, like, I know we had that one circulating, that new boot camper guide, but there were a couple little things on there. Kelly, do you have an update on that from that girl yet? No? Okay. So I've just been kind of starting to work on a new one modeled after that other one. So that way we just have a little PDF that we can send to somebody that just kind of is basic. It's pretty much similar to that Google Doc, but just a little bit cleaner and prettier. And then something that we can all share within our team as well. So flash sale group, I have the, I did post in the team page the flash sale stuff. There is a Canva link for images that you can use as well. Actually, I'm going to just, I'm going to update that or send a new Canva. Let me just write that down and then I'll post it in the team page. And I'm going to close that out on Monday. So that collagen sale goes through Monday. If you want to do a flash sale this week, if you haven't done one yet, I would maybe post about it. I would maybe do it. Simple Facebook group, throw those images in there. There's a document that literally describes every image that you need to put in there. And you can jump into mine and like sneak peek and copy whatever. What's mine is yours. So use anything that you need. And I found that that's been really helpful. I've posted about it in my stories a few times. I've had several challenge pack sales come through that group this month already, which is how I got to Success Club. And it's just, and I'm going to do a, like on Tuesday, I'm doing a little giveaway for like anybody who ordered a challenge pack. I'm doing a drawing and they're going to get like a tank top and an Energize packet and a Shakeology packet. And a headband that I'm going to send to them as like a little Mother's Day gift. So, so I would 100% do a flash sale this week, sometime this month with all the promos that we have going on. It's just a great way for people to take advantage of that. And when people hear the word sale, especially during a crazy time, I think it's a good way to kind of reach people and share those things. And you can always post them in your stories and invite your challengers as well, especially if somebody is like, oh, I've been thinking about doing Shakeology again. Or like I did a live video in my challenge group yesterday talking about the back order. So quick little announcements. We are back stocked on All Recover and like out of stock on vegan, orange, and regular. They hope to get it back up by May 18th, like to get back to kind of a normal rotation. So if you've ordered within the last couple weeks, you're seeing a couple week delay. Make sure you let your challengers know that. I also heard that Daily Sunshine was out of stock. I don't know. I can't find confirmation. I didn't even look in the back office this morning. Did anybody see anything in the back office? If they said that was out of stock, but I just saw that somebody had posted in the Dream Team page that Daily Sunshine was out of stock. Let me check.
I have Recover on the black market. If anybody needs it, I can ship it to you. I have vegan chocolate. And I have beach bars.
I will take vegan chocolate from you if you don't mind.
I think they're vegan beach bars. Yes, I will. But I have more, you guys. I forgot to cancel an order for like months. That's what happens when you manage 4 orders.
Right.
Oopsie poopsie.
Yes, I will slide you some money under the table for that if you don't mind. That would be great. And also check in with your challengers too and just let them know, because like I've seen people in our group saying, oh, I'm out of this. Oh, I have extra of this. Oh, I need, because people may like really want it. And if somebody has extra and they're going to the post office, maybe they can help each other out. So, so just kind of give your challengers a heads up too. In the back office, it's in there. If you go into Coach Breaking News, there's that inventory update. It does say we expect it to be back up for sale the week of May 18th. We will keep you informed if anything changes. Performance packs and Way Recover continue to be available in Canada with no outages. If you've ordered a performance stack, like we ordered on the 30th, and it says Luke's orange stuff is supposed to be delivered this next week. And then I also ordered a performance stack like on the 1st, and that still is like processing. So it looks like it's not shipped. Whenever you get a tracking number, you should be good to go, but it is taking like 1 to 2 weeks to ship and or get to your house. So I would just give people a heads up. And then when you're enrolling people, let them know, like, I'm sorry, this is current situation due to like COVID and shipping delays. So just so people are prepared. And I had a girl yesterday who, she signed up with Shakeology, but I had her go in, I think she wanted performance also, but she ended up going in after the fact to order like a sampler. So those little sampler packs are still there if they want to try it. And then same thing, like vice versa. Like whenever I have somebody sign up with performance, I always encourage them to do a sampler of Shakeology just to try that too. And then 3-day refreshes. The 3-day refresh challenge pack is on sale this month. Excuse me. So that's 140. If you have somebody who is like struggling with nutrition, you know, sweet tooth, sugar, you know, whatever it is, wants to kind of break through that plateau, that 3-day refresh is really, I really love it. I've done it 5 or 6 times, and just a quick little 3-day detox. If you've never done it, I think we've kind of talked about doing one at the end of the month. If anybody wants to do it with us, or if you have any challengers, you can always put it out there. Nursing, breastfeeding mamas, definitely not suggested because you do dip in your calories. So I would just encourage people, if they're like thinking about it, just make sure that they don't have any kind of restrictions for caloric intake or anything like that, because you do dip down. And then if you haven't done it, or if anybody has any questions about it or anything, you know, I think it is, yes, it's a little bit challenging if you're used to eating like 2,000 calories and then you dip down to like 1,000 for a few days. But talk people through those. Like you may get a headache. If you're drinking copious amounts of caffeine every day, you may get a headache because you're taking that caffeine out. Have a cup of green tea. Like there's tons of different options and stuff in there. If you're feeling hungry, add in an extra serving of veggies, an extra healthy fat, add in an extra piece of fruit. Like it's really not going to hinder your results that much, but whatever they need to do. And also, like, sometimes I tell people, you know, if somebody's really struggling with nutrition and they're like, I find out that they're eating until they get full, like that's something also to have a conversation with people about. Like, being full is a privilege. Being overstuffed is a privilege. And sometimes, you know, when you're working out consistently and you're burning more calories, you're going to feel hungrier. So just taking that into consideration, that like, you know what, maybe 1,500 to 1,800 calories is the right range that you need to be at. But you shouldn't feel overly full after every meal. Like your body still needs to burn that stuff in order to get results. So just a little sidebar there. I've had a lot of people this month ask about nutrition and ask about, like, should I do 2B mindset? Should I do portion fix? I'm really struggling with nutrition. I really need some guidance there. And you guys, those programs are there for a reason. And I know it's, you know, when you're having a conversation with somebody about signing up with a challenge pack and the price objection is there, like the last thing I want to do is tell them that they need to pay for something else, you know? And I think that can be a lot of our own personal objections. But I have that conversation with them and I share, and you can go into the BB links and you can share videos from Ultimate Portion Fix. You can share videos from 2B Mindset. You can send those to those people and say, look, like this is, or there's Beachbody blog post on the post on the Beachbody blog about To Be Mindset and about Ultimate Portion Fix. And those are great resources to have in your toolbox, because if you've used any of those programs, you know the impact that that has on your nutrition. And if you haven't used any of those programs, dive into them, because it has an amazing impact on your nutrition. The To Be Mindset, you know, and that's there. I think we have images somewhere. I'll have to put them back up. But there's like a little simple breakdown. Like To Be Mindset does this. Ultimate Portion Fix does this. More structure with like portions and counting, stuff like that. To Be Mindset is more mindset and plating your food and things. So just, you know, having that conversation with somebody about structure. I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and she has always used Portion Fix, but she's found that it's becoming a little bit too restrictive for like what her needs are. So she's going to dive into To Be Mindset. And she wants to learn a little bit more about that emotional eating aspect side of things that Alana does such a great job of talking about as well. Reminder, next month, To Be Mindset, Alana's book comes out next month. And I think anybody who orders a challenge pack, ultimate or To Be Mindset challenge pack next month will get a copy of her book. Her book is coming out this month on Amazon. So that's, you have To Be Mindset fans, just give them a heads up that she's got a book coming out. What is it? You Can Drop It. I think it's, or you can drop it, something like that. And that does come out this month, I believe. It just popped up in my Amazon earlier today that it was like, you could pre-order it. Drop it like it's hot. Maybe drop it like it's hot. So that is another good option. And her Instagram is so good for like food pictures and recipes and videos. And like, I just encourage people to go follow her Instagram, because she posts like these simple little healthy things in there, and her stories are always good. Her videos are always good. And she's just really good overall. Rhiannon's not on the call, but Rhiannon I was just talking about the nutrition side of things. And like, Rhiannon is so well-versed in nutrition. She has like a master's in nutrition, and she's, has so much experience in nutrition. And she was just saying how she was going to dive more into the nutrition side of things. And you guys, I have to tell you, I have been seeing in my memories pop up from this last year when we launched Ultimate Portion Fix last year. And like, holy crap, like that was the best month I've ever had in this business. And I went back through some of those posts, and like, just the amount of people that were requesting support and help with nutrition is unbelievable. And having that extra support is golden. And so, you know, we're very quick to enroll people with BOD and Shakeology, BOD and performance, and hesitate to mention the nutrition side of things. And that is something amazing that we can leverage, that not only like, yay, great, it builds your volume, it gives you commission and stuff like that, but that's the thing that we all struggle with the most. Nutrition is 80% of our results. And if we're not offering the option to help somebody with their nutrition, we're not doing them the service that we need to be doing. So, so talk to your people when you're having that conversation about, you know, what do you do for workouts right now? Well, blah, blah, blah. What do you do for nutrition right now? Like, walk me through a day of your nutrition. Talk to me about what your eating habits are like. Talk to me about what your struggles are. I want to know how I can help you. Great, work out, great. But if you're still eating like shit in the kitchen, like, you're not going to get the results. And I don't want to sign you up if you're going to half-ass it and not get results. I want to help you with the whole solution. So those bundles are amazing. The adding them on, you can add on, they're like $29 or $39 to just add on the digital stuff when they do a challenge pack. And it's a commitment. You're watching videos, but how many people are sitting on the couch scrolling their phones right now anyway? Like, how many people are like, who has finished Netflix, like watched all of it? Like, we are just like binging everything. And like, there's no reason that we can't suggest that and encourage that. If you follow Mompreneur, the Saturday post today was To Be Mindset, and Ultimate Portion Fix. So as a coach, we know that being a product of the product is what gets results and what attracts people to us. And so maybe make a plan this month to post more about meal planning, post more about nutrition, walk people through what meal planning looks like for you, do a live video, break down some recipes for people, share recipes in your stories, talk about some of your favorites that are still healthy that don't seem like they're healthy. Amanda's always posting about like cookie dough bites and stuff into her stories and stuff. And like people just go crazy about stuff like that. Like, wait, you're eating cookie dough? Like, how are you eating cookie dough and you're not getting salmonella and you're not like eating something unhealthy? Like, tell me about what that is. So those little things that seem so regular or consistent for us, or seem like they've just become a part of our lives, are what are so challenging for other people to understand. And like, one thing that, you know, we come into coaching and we come into these challenge groups and we see all of the meal plans and we see the nutrition and we see it's become our lifestyle, but we are like in a little Beachbody bubble over here. And so many people outside of that bubble don't grasp the nutrition side of things. So dive in. If you did Portion Fix or To Be Mindset, go back to those videos, pull out your tracker again, go back to that book, pull out your Fix8 cookbook and start incorporating that regularly and start talking a little bit more about that. And you will be surprised at the amount of people that become more engaged because they're needing that support and they're needing that help with nutrition. And like, stress eating is, I think, at an all-time high for myself right now and so many other people. And especially if you're eating from the pantry, like, oh, we don't have a lot of fresh produce, I'm just gonna stand over here and eat this bag of chips. Potatoes, they count as a vegetable, right?
Hey, sorry, I want to touch on that really quick, because I did have someone reach out to me the other day. Like, I was stress eating in my kitchen. I forgot what I was eating, but I like posted it, like hiding from my family, stress eating while making dinner. And I had someone, like a couple of random people, and they're like, you do that? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, we just thought you were always on your meal. I'm like, no, like I still do these things. And they're like, oh, and like it kind of like opened that door. So like, we can post all we want about like our meal plans, and you can post all you want about your workouts, but if you're not showing up and like showing them like I'm failing too, like then they're not going to be able to relate to you anyway. And I kind of feel like I should have been posting more about that, like not like showing up in a negative way, like not being like, oh my God, like COVID sucks, like I'm so stressed out, but just like making it like fun, like, hey, I'm doing this too. And that's when I've had like conversations, not that they've led to a client like signing up, but like people are like, okay, so you are real, you are doing the things, and like stuff like that. I just feel like it's getting more traction than just this is a healthy recipe or this is a workout, but being that real raw and showing that you're failing, but you're still doing the things every day. So I don't know. That was just my 2 cents. I felt like putting it.
Totally. Yes. Nutrition, dive in this month. This week, we are going to have a coach like trial week. What am I trying to say? A coach try out being a coach this week.
Test drive.
Thank you.
I'm actually currently working on the schedule right now. I will drop it in the comments. It's a Google Doc. So keep going, Ashley, and then I'll work on it.
Okay. So they can come in and basically test drive being a coach this week. They can try out workouts. They can try out, all that stuff. They have the option to, try out samplers, enroll with whatever. But basically it's just giving them a chance to like see if coaching is for them. If they've never done Beachbody stuff before, great. Like bring them in and we're going to give them sample workouts. If they are already a challenger, then they're kind of getting a feel for like what taking that next step looks like. I have had more conversations the last week with financial objections than anything else. Money is tight, money is hard, And I understand, like when I signed up, I was like, I want the cheapest option. But we don't talk about the financial benefit of this business as much as we can. And for some people, that could make an enormous difference. So if you have a challenger who is, struggling with accountability, and maybe becoming a coach is going to help them, or you have a conversation with someone who says, I just am like living paycheck to paycheck right now, don't be afraid to say, I have a solution, and I'm not trying to sell you on something and get you to join some scammy whatever. Like, this is the real deal. This has helped me, the financial benefit that this has brought for my family or for myself. And no matter how insignificant you may think it may be, it could be completely significant for someone else. I had a conversation with a girl this last week who we've known each other for years, and we've gone back and forth about coaching probably 15 times in the last 4 years, and she's never signed up. And this last week, she had clicked on one of my polls, and I voice messaged her, and we went back and forth, and she said, what's holding me back and what's always holding me back is the money. And I said, listen, and I spoke from my heart, and I voice messaged her, and I said, please don't take this the wrong way, but if money is always what's holding you back, the financial benefit of this business has been incredible. And I know you've thought about it before. Is that something you would consider? And she's like, yes, like I would totally sign up as a coach, and I would try to build a business because I need that right now. She's a nurse. She's about to be furloughed. She's frustrated. They're doing layoffs at their hospital, and she's scared for herself and her family because she's the breadwinner. And so you never know what somebody is struggling with, and you never know. Like, there's plenty of coaches that have come into this business that have had rainbows and butterflies, but were just buried in piles of debt, and this business has taken them out of that. So whether your goal is to earn enough to cover the cost of your Shakeology, or it's to pay off your credit cards or pay off your car, or whatever your goal is, like, it's possible with this. And that's just something that, I think we tend to hold back from saying because of that fear, right? Like, what are they going to think? I'm going to be judged. What if they say no? Somebody, and there's bad posts and bad rap about network marketing in general. And I think that's why it's so tough, because we don't want to just, I just want to sign you up to make some money. No, like, this is a community. This is getting healthier. This is being a better human. This is your mental sanity. This is overcoming anxiety and depression. This is overcoming emotional eating struggles and so many other things, and strengthening your faith and strengthening your relationship with your significant other, and all of the things that have come with this. So don't discount the opportunity when you're having a conversation with somebody, especially with price objections, because this could be the thing that digs them out of the hole that they're in. Okay. Anybody have anything they want to share?
I do, really quick, about price, about the money side of it. So when I first started coaching, nobody ever puts a dollar amount to anything, which bothered me so much. And I'm not money driven, but I really think that might help people to literally tell them, like, last month I made $400, or like to actually talk about numbers, because nobody ever did ever. Like, I think the other day I saw a post from somebody maybe it was you, Ashley, that had numbers on it. And I was like, thank you, God, somebody's finally like putting it out there. Because it was always like, I subletted my income, or whatever the phrase was. And I always wished that somebody would be like, hey, I freaking paid my car payment and my groceries, and there was $700 last month that I made. I don't know why people don't do that, but that's just like something that would have helped me as a coach. Like, oh, there's actual dollars. They're not fake imaginary dollars. That's just some feedback from like 4 years ago.
But I agree with you. Like not too long ago, I was talking to Ashley, and like, I don't even know how to attach like an income to my goals. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my goal is to not replace because I'm not quitting, but like to match my teaching salary. So I have like a double income. But I'm like, I don't know what that means. So like, I literally looked at Ashley one day and I was like, am I out of my element? Like, thinking that this is attainable in this short amount of time. And she was like, nope, that's what I make. Like, because I had no idea, because no one ever talks about like what they make. Like, and Ashley is, well, now she's a 1-star, but at the time, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, as a diamond, what can I expect? Like, not a numbers person. Like, I'm very black and white when it comes to like that kind of stuff. So I like bluntly was like, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but like, what?
Why not?
Like, right. But I was like, I felt bad asking her, but I had no idea. Like, is my goal even attainable in this short amount of time as a diamond coach? And I think that that's really important. But on the flip side, like, I have a hard time posting about what I make. But I'm like, why not? Because I guess if it were me, I would want to know. Like, I would want to know that I just paid for my entire backyard remodeling with my body income.
Help people with that.
So.
And I think that's like, if talking about actual numbers makes you uncomfortable, then talk about like what it's paid for, you know? Like, whenever I paid off my car, like, I paid off my car. Like, that's what my income has done, you know? Like, I've talked about, and I struggle with like not wanting to sound braggy, like, because that's not why, you know. Well, right. I mean, yes, it's hard work and it's consistency and it's commitment. And like, I worked my ass off to get here, kind of thing. And yes, we should brag about that per se, because when you work hard, you earn what you're working for, right? But like, talking about like being a 6-figure income earner, like, that was something that never was on my goal board when I started, because I didn't know the potential of this business. And sure, it's taken me a few years to like really find my footing and really grow a business. But like, that's why I always talk about consistency, why I always talk about showing up. And you guys, like, Success Club is 3 people a month. And like, I know it's not about the numbers, but when I made that my non-negotiable, I knew that my goal was to help 3 people a month, no matter how I got there. And it was more conversations, and it was getting out of my comfort zone, and it was being okay with failure, and it was being okay with somebody telling me no and going, okay, 1 no doesn't mean 100. I'm going to find the people that want this, and I'm going to work hard through those conversations that are challenging me every day, that I'm showing up in my stories and showing up in my posts and inviting even when I don't feel like inviting, because I have a bigger vision. And that vision became paying for my groceries, and that vision became paying for my car payment, and that vision became covering my mortgage, and that vision became paying off my car, putting a swimming pool in our backyard, taking my family on vacations, and doing things that I never thought, I'm gonna cry today and I didn't want to, but I didn't know was possible, because I lived in a small mind. And this business has opened up so many things. And like, that's why I'm so passionate about saying, show up every day, like, be consistent, put in the work, put in the effort, help your coaches. Who cares if you suck as a leader? I've told myself that a million times, and you know what? Like, it doesn't matter, because the people that want it are going to show up. And when they see you leading by example, they're going to do that too. Lead from the front, lead by example, and talk about your wins. If your paycheck last week paid your phone bill, great, talk about it, because that's something that somebody can't do and that they need help with. If your paycheck last week covered your groceries and you got to order them on Instacart and tip your Instacart driver a little bit more because you don't want to go to the grocery store, talk about that. That's a celebration, especially right now. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Whew. You guys, I shared on Thursday that my combined income this year surpassed my income for 2014, 2015, and 2016 altogether. So I've made more this year than I did in those 3 years. And it's not huge. I'll tell you, I've made $16,000 this year already. For me, great. Like, that's a big deal. Yes. I'm not making six figures as a coach every single week. Like, I'm not having $45,000 paychecks. I'm not a millionaire. Did I want to be when I started? Absolutely not. Like, this is blowing my mind as I continue to see my paychecks surpass 4 figures every week. 4 figures, multiple, like, it's happening. And I get to stay home with my kids now, and I didn't think that was a thing. God bless the nurses that are doing it, but the anxiety that I have, I couldn't do it right now. So I'm so grateful for this. But the things that matter are the people's lives that we're changing, and that we get to do this like with some pretty badass people. And don't be ashamed of getting paid for it, because you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort, you're helping people change their lives. And like, this is therapy. People pay a lot more for therapy than they do to have you as a coach. And you're probably doing more for them than, not to knock therapists, but you know what I mean? Like, you're probably doing more for them by helping them create that consistency and sanity. And anyway, so I didn't know we were going there today, but here we are. We went there. I had a whole other thing planned, but we'll just save that for another day. Okay, what else? What else, guys?
I don't know. I can say that I created my first income thing, and that was the hardest thing in the world that I've ever posted. I think the hardest thing was fear of what people were going to say. Like, oh, you do this every day and that's all you made. Like, you put in 20 plus hours a week being a coach and that's all you made. Like, we see you showing up every day. For me, that was where I'm at, because I mean, like, my day job, I do make a quite a large income there. So my goal is to match that by the end of this year so I can get out of there and be home with my kid. And COVID-19 is kind of like put a fire in my ass, because I don't want to have to go back to putting my kid in daycare. Like, I want her to go 3 days a week, and then I can be home working this business full time those 3 days, because I know she still needs that interaction. But if I want to pull her out and go on a like nature walk or take her to some event like at the zoo, I want to be able to do that. So for me, money is kind of why I'm doing it, because it's going to create the freedom so that I can do the things with my kid that I've kind of got to do. Like, I never knew I wanted to be a mom. And then I kind of was a mom, but I feel like as a working mom, I wasn't like the best mom in the world. Like, I was still working, like dropping her off 40 plus hours a week, right? And so, I mean, I hate to say it, but income is a big thing right now, and money is pushing me to do more. I mean, I love this freaking job. I love showing up every day. I love my challenge groups. I love my challengers. I love talking to strangers on the internet. And for me to post what I made in April was hard as F. So I, like, going back to what Melissa said, like, maybe people don't do it because they feel the same way that I feel. Like, they feel like their hard work doesn't always show in numbers. And so it's something that they stress about putting out there. So that's just my intake. Like I think that we're all working our asses off, and sometimes those things can be really hard to do. So, like, the fact that Ashley has been posting it has kind of inspired me to do it. And the fact that she posts more about coaching, I'm like, okay, well, she didn't die, so I'm going to post more about coaching. Like, her leading from the front has kind of like opened me up to, okay, like, Ashley's doing it, I'm going to do it. So I, like, as much watching you do the things for your family, you're one of the most inspiring leaders that I know. Like, and I can't thank you enough for showing me this opportunity of being a mom that I didn't realize I needed.
Can you stop making me cry today, please? Thanks, dude. Thanks. You know, like we go to work and get paid at work because we're doing work. This is work. It looks very, very different than a lot of other people's jobs. And but it's still work. And it is like, in the beginning, it's hard to make the time to voluntarily show up, to do it when it's hard, to, you know, get all that rejection. And especially like as a new coach coming out of the gate and you're like, I'm going to be a coach and and here's send, like, here's my coming out post. And like, wait, I didn't have 47 people sign up on day one. Like, why is this not happening?
Give me a kiss.
Oh my gosh,
Hug.
please.
Hug. Oh, I love you so much.
You smell nice.
I always.
Love you. Hi, Maven.
Happy baby.
Squirrel. The gorilla here. Okay. It's hard. Like, it's hard. It's, as a new coach, like, I'm inviting, people are saying no, I'm getting ghosted, people are giving me price objections, I don't know what to say, where are the magic words that I can say that will make all of the people sign up. My goal was to hit SD 25 in my first month. I hit nothing. What's happening? I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I don't know if I'm doing the right things. You are. If you're showing up for yourself, you are doing the right things. If you are talking to other people about what you're doing the right things. If you've started a group, awesome. If you're in a group with your coach, awesome. If you're struggling to do your tracker or struggling to invite or post in stories, you're doing the right thing. Trust me, it's a struggle. It's brand new for so many of us as we sign up. Like, I've never done anything like this before. What am I doing? I don't know. Figure it out. We all figure it out together, right? Like, it's challenging some days, but we do it and we make it happen. And we know that we're doing this because the way that it makes us feel and the way that it could potentially save someone else's life. And I don't think we think about that enough. The biggest problem, aside from the current situation and the current climate in the world right now, that our society faces is medical problems related to poor nutrition, lack of exercise, obesity, and everything that comes along with it. So yes, you have the potential to save someone's life. Yes, you have the ability to teach somebody how to live a healthier and more fulfilling life. Yes, you have the ability to drag somebody out of anxiety and depression and bring them to the light, because that's what this will do. So be proud of what you're doing. Be proud of your accomplishments. Be proud if you showed up one more day than you did last week, or you got out of your comfort zone and sent that coaching invite. Coach Sneak Peek this week, guys, is a great chance to have those uncomfortable conversations that get you that much more comfortable. Talk to those people that are struggling. Talk to your challengers that need the extra accountability. Talk to those people in your stories. And when you feel like you're going to throw up before you send that message, you're doing it right. Send it anyway and move on and keep going, because you never know. Like, when Amanda was popping up in my stories and I was like, who's this girl watching me? Like, what's going on? Like, what have you ever thought about? What are you doing? You want to be a coach? What? No. And I'm like, okay, well, you're going to be a coach because you're already doing things. Trust me, like, I got this. You're going to be a coach and you're going to love it. And sure enough, same thing with Caitlin, having that conversation. And just so many of us who have seen somebody else doing something and said, man, you would be so good at this. Man, you would be really awesome to hang out with, like, on a Zoom call, because real life is hard to come by these days. But it would be really fun to do this with you. And look at all of us and those that are listening to the recording. Like, we found some pretty awesome friendships and built a pretty badass community. Sorry, Maven, earmuffs. But this is amazing, guys. Bring more people to this. Bring your friends to this, your potential friends. I love it. It's 10 o'clock. I could go on for hours, but we have things to do. What else, everybody?
If you guys have never done the Coach Sneak Peek week, it's amazing. Most of my new coaches have actually come from this Coach Sneak Peek week. So what you do is, like, Sunday is going to be like an intro day, and everyone kind of like, it's a community for a week, and they get to know each other, and the basics, like, who are you? Then each day they're given a workout. So it's one of the sample workouts, like the new ones, like bar, 10 rounds, whatever. You guys know the workouts. So each day they're given a workout, and they're given like a daily assignment. So like day one is like, I don't know, bar and like post your sweaty selfie. And then like day two is like, they'll work, post your sweaty selfie, and go back to the people that liked day one. And we're telling them exactly what to do. So like a simple invite would be like talking about coaching like today in your stories, and then tomorrow going back and you're like, hey girl, like, I see you watching my stories. I have a free week of what coaching is, and you can kind of test drive what I do. Would you be interested in joining that group? Something simple, like, if not, no big deal. Great. Most of them will say, yeah, like, go ahead and throw me in there, or what's in there. And you can tell them, like, you're going to get a free workout every day. And we're just going to give you a little assignment every day as to what we do, just so you can get an insight into it. Like, is that something you'd be interested in? Like, have you ever thought about it? And I've had the most success with these weeks of it, because they become a community, and they kind of like all start together. And now a lot of my coaches that were all in like my February one, like, they're in pods together now. Like, they all started at the same thing, and they're all like moving along at the same pace. And I just urge you guys, like, go and invite to this group. But you got to talk about, either like make a post or do a story today, so that you have something to go back to. I always say story because I feel like most people watch your stories and you never know who's looking at your post, but do both, and then go back to those people on Sunday and just say, hey, I have this, would you be interested? So I don't know. I just wanted to talk a little more about that if no one's done it. So.
And you can use, like, we did a Fearless Friday thread in the team page yesterday. We did a transformation thread this week as well. Use any of those pictures, any of those images. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to create big elaborate stories on Canva with fireworks and glitter and sparkling images. Like, do it from your heart. Basic as hell is fine. And it gets your point across. And there's top 10 coaches who don't use fancy things on their stories. And so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. But what I typically do when I talk stories about coaching, sometimes I say things and I record them. A lot of times I ramble. So I'm like, it's probably better if I just do images, because then people can see that and they don't, because I just like to ramble sometimes. But doing simple images and talk about, like, this is what this business has done for me. Here are some transformations that have come from this. This is, little side perk of the income. This is how I feel. This is, sharing those little things, talking about the community. Use pictures of our team. Like, you don't feel like you can't use those pictures, even if you weren't in them or whatever. Use those pictures and talk about how this community has helped. Talk about, and it seems silly, like, there's a reason why we get together and take a whole bunch of pictures, but it's to use them for things like that and show what this community can do. So go back to old pictures. I post old pictures all the time in my stories, but little things like that. And then throw that poll in there. Like, are you interested in doing this for a week? Like, yes, I totally am. Send me more details. Don't ever put no in your polls. Always put like something else, or throw that little questionnaire in there. And then go back to those people that you've maybe had a conversation with before, or the people that are signed up as discount coaches, and sharing the fact that, like, this opportunity has become so gratifying for so many people, especially right now when we're going through so much. So break. Yay. Go get them, Tigers. That's all I got today. I need some coffee and some breakfast. I'm like energized and nothing over here. Like, energized and excitement. I'm trying to think if I had anything else. There's this May posting ideas in the team page. Also, if you're like struggling with things to post, there's some good stuff here. Trying to show up every day. Personal development, guys, personal development, right? Like, we have to do it. If you're not a book reader, I have really been loving Melanie Mitro's Women Inspiring Women podcast lately. She's just got a lot of good stuff, COVID-related stuff, building your business stuff. That's been really, really good. I am currently reading the absolute most basic Leadership 101 John C. Maxwell book, and I just ordered Good Leaders Ask Great Questions. If you have anything to share it in the comments, share it in the team page. If you haven't read The Slight Edge yet, I will 100% suggest that one again, because it's a really, really good little things that you do daily have big results. And challengers too. I've seen in our group, people have been asking for personal development book recommendations, which I think is amazing when you have people that are just here for workouts are asking, hey, how can I read, what book can I read to better myself? That's like coach material. So yeah, in the chat. Coach sneak peek, yes, Thursday at 8, we're doing coaching cocktail hour every Thursday at 8. And that will just continue until we stop doing it. And I don't know, I mean, if we keep getting the momentum that we had several people on this last week that had never been on before. So it's exciting to see, you post about it and people ask, and, if you don't ask, you'll never know. So, yeah. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Okay. I was going to kind of touch on this kind of when I got back, when I was talking a little bit about bigger goals and like talking about, income and working hard. We have some kind of big goals collectively as a team, and individually too. And you guys, I've been really I've always been very hesitant to come out and say who wants to help our team get to this goal, because it's my goal and it's not our team goal. But if you have bigger goals, it is a team goal. And if Diamond is your goal this year, that would totally help our team get to elite or premier. And we've been talking a little bit about doing an elite retreat for coach, like a Diamond and above retreat next year. And I am 100%
Where's the other one?
ready to run with that. And yes, we'll do a team retreat, but we're also going to do a Diamond retreat for anybody who gets to Diamond this year. And it's going to be a resort type retreat, whether we do beach or mountain, we haven't decided yet. But it's going to be a more intimate guest speaker, private kind of because we've reached this goal, we're going to go celebrate kind of retreat. So if that's on your goal board this year, that's a little extra incentive. And getting look at Kaylin. Yeah, girl. She's real close. What are you saying? You're frozen. No, you're frozen.
I said I printed that shit. I printed it out. I'm sorry, we're still recording and I'm swearing. But I printed it.
No.
I'm just so excited to go on a vacation.
Right? I don't know where. I mean, we could probably schedule it and book flights right now, and it would probably be super cheap.
Yeah, we could fly there for $5 right now. So
Probably.
Y'all should see the planes going over my house. There's one every 10 minutes now again.
Yikes.
It's absurd.
Okay, who's going on vacation with us?
Yes. So if that's on your goal board, taking a vacation to somewhere beautiful, tropical, or mountainous, or wherever we decide to go, it's going to be a thing. And we're going to try to do it next spring, preferably, if we can, but not coincide with the SC trip.
Ashley, do you want to talk about what it means to qualify for that? What do they get? I mean, if they are Diamond, or if we are Diamond and we are hosting this, what does it mean for that? For them to go on the trip?
So for me, when I had first started, I saw all of these coaches going to these retreats, and I was what is how do I do that? What do I need to do? And I had asked Deidre, what is, I want to go on this dream team retreat. And we do, like, with our upline organization, we do these diamond retreats as well. Obviously right now we don't know what that's going to be like, and that's sometimes a separate thing, but also an option. Like, if you get yourself to diamond, to be able to go on a retreat with other diamond coaches is pretty amazing. Like last year we did that Lake Norman in North Carolina with Deidre's team, and it was very intimate. It was those are the things that, like, I feel like have pulled me even more into this business and helped me appreciate that much more the value of, like, hard work and it paying off. And that's where I've built some pretty amazing friendships with other coaches within, like, the Dream Team and Forever Fit. And that's a really, really cool thing to do. As far as, like, getting yourself there, you know, are you going to go from, you know, emerald to ruby to diamond and immediately, you know, start making six figures? No, you're not going to see a big giant jump in your income, but you're taking your business to that next level. And that means you're helping develop your leaders within your team as well. And like, for me, again, leadership was not my thing. I had never really done leadership type stuff before I came into coaching. And you kind of just figure it out, and you just, again, like, lead from the front and be that example and teach your people what you're doing. But you're taking your business to that next level and you're stepping it up. The Rising Stars page that Melanie has for the diamond coaches and above, the value that is in that group is unmeasurable. Like, the calls and the recordings and the leadership that she puts into that group is incredible. And there's, I mean, anything that you want to know is, like, something that she will talk about. Building your spouse, building your account, what the next level means, how you grow your business. I mean, just that. And then she's doing, like, a series on how to get to elite right now with all these other coaches who have achieved elite before. So that is super valuable. Having a team that is elite or premier. I don't want to have an elite team to be like, woohoo, we're an elite team. I want to help my leaders take their business to the next level and see the successes that I've seen. I don't want to do it just so I can wave a flag and wear a special medal at Summit. Like, that's, yay, that's great. Like, I don't need my name on a wall to tell me that I'm a successful coach. I want to see that in my leaders. So when I say, let's lean in, let's push for this goal together, it's not because I want to do it so I can pat myself on the back. It's because I want to see my team grow and do amazing things together when we link arms and we say, you know what? This is worth pushing for. Like, this is worth the challenge. This is worth doing something to take our business to the next level total. And to be a part of an elite team is a pretty amazing accomplishment. And it's not one person leading a team to elite. It's a whole team linking arms and leaning in and saying, we got this, let's do this, let's do it together. So, you know, that's why we step a little bit out of our comfort zone. That's why we do these coach sneak peeks. That's why we continue to build and grow this team, because we want to do it together and because we want to help each other reach those goals. And if that's a goal of yours someday, hey, I want to be premier. Hey, I want to go to this, you know, whatever Beachbody puts on this leadership retreat every year that's, like, super intimate and amazing. And then the side perks that come from doing that are great as well. So if that's your goal, like, if your goal is, you know what, I want the recognition, or I want the extra $200 bonus a month, or I want, to walk the stage, or I want to go to that exclusive party at Summit or on the Success Club trip, or I want to be able to register early for this, that, and the other. Like, yeah, those are all things that you get to do. But to do it as a team, I think is really amazing. So I am planning an elite retreat for this team because I know that we are going to do that this year. I know that we're going to get there. I know that we're going to just make it happen. And I think when you set a goal to work toward, it challenges you to work a little bit harder, and it challenges you to want to show up a little bit more. And especially if you have people who are looking to you, they see that leadership, they see that passion, they see that fire, and they go, you know what, like, this is worth working toward. And like when Amanda hit diamond a couple weeks ago, like, I know how hard she's been working for that goal. And like, yay, that made me a 1-star diamond coach. But like, to see her reach that goal that she's been working so hard toward, like, that is why. Like, that is an amazing thing to accomplish. And like, so it's not about me having a goal to get my team to elite. It's about helping your team reach their own goals and succeed and push for something a little bit bigger and push for something more. So that being said, May 21st is the last day to qualify for this quarter, meaning that every quarter we have a 6-week qualification period. So when you hit a star diamond rank or a diamond rank, you have a 6-week qualification period that Beachbody recognizes for things throughout the year. So like for Team Builder, for example, and this again could be a totally separate call, but I'm going to be real quick about it. For Team Builder, you need to be a diamond rank for 6 weeks. For Team Leader, you need to be a 1-star diamond rank for 6 weeks. The leadership ladder side of things is if you're wanting to build income growth, things like that, it's a call that we can do separately that I can walk you through what that means for your back office, your volume, helping new coaches get to Success Club, helping new coaches get to Emerald, things like that. But that 6-week hold, the last 6 weeks to do that this quarter starts on May 21st. Is it challenging to push for a brand new rank in 10 days? Totally. Is it doable? Totally. I mean, linking arms, leaning in and setting some goals and going, okay, how can I reverse engineer this? What do I need to get there? It's conversations and it's possible. And if that's something, like if you're like, all right, I'm doing it, like May 20th, end of the day, I'm going to have that locked in and I'm going to be ready to rock on the 21st. Then that's something that we have a one-on-one call and I walk you through your back office and I say, these are the things that you need to get there. And then we have a 6-week call in the summer, toward the end of summer. And then the last day to qualify for the year is November 19th. So your diamond needs to be locked in, or star diamond or 2-star or whatever it is needs to be locked in by November 19th and then needs to be held for 6 weeks to qualify. So is it doable? I 100% believe it. I've seen coaches start the year at what's her name? Emily Favre last year started the year at Emerald and ended the year at like 15-star diamond coach. So crazy things can happen, but it's showing up and it's consistency and it's belief that you can. And I wouldn't talk about it if I didn't believe that it wasn't possible. So.
I have a quick question about your flash sale.
Yes.
How do you choose the people that you add to that? Like I saw you promote it in a post, but then like, how are you picking, like, how are you just inviting people that you've talked to before about?
Yeah. Anybody that, like, if somebody's interested, if I have a conversation with them and I'm like, hey, I'm starting this group, blah, blah, blah. This mother's like strong as a mother group for May, or my May challenge group or whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, send me more info. Then I'll either say like, oh, actually I have a really great flash sale group going on right now that talks a little bit more about, that has all the bundles available for this month. And then same thing, like people that, like I've been just posting the link to join that group in some of my posts too, like talking about, like I did a post the other day about, does it cost money to join your group?
Right.
And I had a few people join from that. And then that's just a group that I've had going. So like several people in there are from when I've done flash sale groups in the past.
Okay.
And I just change out the content whenever I do a new thing.
I was wondering. Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Thanks.
I'll probably promote it again today or something. Okay. Um,
Can we boom?
yeah.
Okay. That's my only question.
Oh, and then like with the talking about the retreat, like we'll dive into that a little bit more, like as I kind of finalize some things. So like depending on um, like if you're a diamond coach, retreat, like you'll be responsible for like your flights or your travel. But like if, elite or premier, like as my team, like there will be like a breakdown of like, if you're a diamond coach, like you're not responsible for the cost of lodging or, whatever. Anyway, but there will be like perks for that typically. Well, you're just going to be responsible to get yourself there. That's it. Okay. There you go.
I think that speaks for like our team too,
Yeah.
Amanda, correct?
Yeah.
Both of our teams.
Yeah. Diamond coaches. Yeah. Diamond coaches within this organization. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're responsible for your travel, and then once you're there, it will be a large party.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of tequila.
Lots of
tacos.
Yes.
Tacos.
Yes. And we'll do another retreat. Like we've done the winery retreat at Melissa's mother-in-law's winery. And ideally that would be a great goal to have for October if the world is functioning again by October.
You guys can all come here.
Yeah, we can go to Missouri.
We have lakes.
Isn't the winery in Missouri?
It is.
Yep.
Oh, I was like,
we're not just going to show up on Melissa's doorstep with bags. Not so.
I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure that I was in Missouri when I was there.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, we'll plan just a retreat. We typically plan a retreat around Super Saturday. So if there's a Super Saturday in October, that's not virtual, then we'll probably try to do something. If it is virtual, well, we may still try to do something if everyone's healthy and functioning and we're moving around and seeing people. So yeah, we'll figure it out.
Just wanted to tell you all that I set up my flash sale group and I just had somebody DM me and say, I know we've talked before. I just saw that you invited me to your flash sale. I need to do this. This quarantine life sucks.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah.
That's amazing. I copied everything you did.
Encouraging me to do.
I just set up mine too.
Thanks for encouraging
But
me
I don't
to
have
do
anybody
that,
who
actually.
wants to be in it.
Sometimes it just feels like one more thing, and I'm like I did like the 10 rounds preview group, didn't get any traction from that. And so it's like, sometimes I feel like I just can't do one more thing, But
Right. Let me,
I did.
I'm going to stop recording and then I'm just going to put those